and they don't necessarily like think that the game's out and out bad, or maybe they do think that the game's bad but they're trying to like hide behind certain things. And on the other hand, the good reviews are going to be, again, a lot of, I like the atmosphere, I think the combat is like well balanced and whatever the fuck, which those types of things, they aren't goofy enough to really say much about. It's like, oh, that makes sense, that's an opinion that you have. um Story, grab them. Do they say anything? Once you get the hang of dodging and stamina management, the combat feels smooth and tense. Fair enough. And I think that that's one thing to like point out, with a lot of these people, is that this person is not out and out saying that the combat is like an important part of the game. They're just saying that the combat is a part of the game that they're weighing and balancing against all of these other elements, right? So it's basically like the story's good, the visuals are good, the combat's good, and that's just a part of it. A lot of the negative reviews are singling out the combat, specifically talking about it as though not just that some of them are saying that it's bad for what it is, but a lot of them are saying that it's kind of bad that it's here, or using terminology that makes it sound like it's bad that it's here, or singling it out so much that it sounds like they have more of an issue with the fact that the combat is what it is, or that it's present in the game in the form that it is, as opposed to it being like a general, just like balanced and part of the game. A good example is this review, which maybe isn't unreasonable. Really dislike the combat in the game, and I really did try to give it a fair go. Last third of the game, it is an absolute slog of a combat gauntlet. Puzzles are pretty mid. So this person that sounds more like their opinion, but they're singling out the combat. It makes it sound like it's stemming from that initial issue that a lot of people had with the combat, which just to me still seems pretty goofy. This person likes Silent Hill. Inventory's limited. Absolutely phenomenal. Good for new fans. Graphics are good. This one, again, seems like very in-depth. I don't really want to go through it because I'm also a little bit worried about spoilers. It also just takes a while to get through some of these reviews. So, I mean, unfortunately, it looks like there was kind of more interesting review stuff the other day when I was looking, and a lot of that stuff is kind of buried now, so I don't know that that was as worth it as with other stuff. But for me, a large amount of combat mechanics are kind of counterintuitive to horror, but that's also a personal opinion. I prefer slower paced, clunkier, methodical combat. So it sounds to me, and this is what I was going to ask, like the last part of your statement sounds like it's specifying that that first sentence is about like a specific type of combat mechanic, right? Like it's not so much like the large amount that you're referring to there. And I'm not denigrating your opinion or anything like that. I'm just clarifying that you're that the large amount of like mechanics that you're talking about are the like faster, more like fluid ones. Yeah, that's the issue. This game is taking a minute to load. There we go. Yeah, so I think to me, it just depends on what we're going for, right? So I can actually see that take to some extent. I can see why you would have that feeling. To me, when I like analyze like a game or whatever the fuck, to me it's a matter of balancing out different elements. So for example, like if we're talking about action games in general, if a game has slower combat, to me that's not inherently bad. And I'm not saying that you're saying that this is the case, but the way that I just analyze stuff generally is that if a game has slower combat, that's not inherently bad, because a game with faster combat just makes more sense for a combat game or whatever the fuck. And on the flip side, a game with faster combat isn't inherently bad. It all just depends on the way that the overall flow of the game is built. So does it feel rewarding to have slower combat? If the game has slower combat, are the rewards still given for combat? Are they still given often enough? Is the challenge still there? Is the flow of the moment to moment thing still there? And it's the same thing with faster, right? Just because it's faster doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. I need to know that the combat encounters actually feel long enough to feel meaty. I need to know that I have enough like input for it to actually matter, that sort of thing. And so to me, when I look at like a horror game like this, or when I look at horror games in general, faster versus slower combat doesn't necessarily mean anything to me, but I think that I can understand why for a game, when you have a game that's more psychological horror, you would expect it generally to slow down a little bit more so that you can look at the different things going on inside the person's head, if you will. Versus like Resident Evil, where it's zombies, get out, kind of thing, right? And it's like Resident Evil 4, as a good example, has like very fast, very fluid kind of combat mechanics. And even like Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 to a certain extent do, but that's because it's more like the, get the fuck away type of thing. And for Silent Hill, somebody might expect a little bit more of, let's slow it down, let's focus on the character, let's do that kind of thing. To me, though, I still feel like Silent Hill 2 specifically feels incredibly fluid as a tank control based game, the original one, right? It's very fluid in terms of being able to turn, in terms of being able to sidestep, in terms of being able to like walk around. All of it flows together very nicely. It's very easy to control. There's not a lot of clunkiness in it. And that fluidness a lot of the time is slower, and that like in the overworld and stuff like that, you can like run away from enemies by keeping your distance and stuff. But in other instances, it's sped up a lot. Like for example, in that spoilers, I guess, but old game, and it sounds like you've probably played these games before to some extent. The basement section in the hospital where you're running away from Pyramid Head, because of how tight knit those corners are and everything like that, that's a lot more fast paced. Or, for example, the boss fight at the end against the two Pyramid Heads, that's a lot more fast-paced because of how often you're having to run and turn and go into a menu and reload and shoot and run and turn like over and over and over and over and over again. The overall balance of the combat with tank controls is relatively slower paced, but it's still made significantly faster paced by the balancing in those encounters. That's kind of my reference point when I'm thinking about what to expect from Silent Hill F, right? I've seen probably a more limited amount of the combat than other people have. I have seen the combat. I've paid attention to some of the trailers. But to me, it didn't look that different than Silent Hill 2. It's just a different style of combat that I would assume is going to be applied in different ways. Now, if that means during a really tense moment where the main character's having to sit and like think about like her past and whatever the fuck, and then suddenly, boom, here's the boss and fucking parry and flip over her, then yeah, of course it's going to be kind of ridiculous and not fit. But if it's one of those things where it's like, hey, there is a combat encounter, there is a boss that you have to fight against, but we're gonna kind of maybe give a contextual reason for why she's able to, perform a little bit more in this world, or if maybe it's like divorced enough, like there's enough time between like her thinking about the thing and then her going through the world more slowly, and then suddenly she's a little bit more powered up and it feels more natural, then it's fine. It just to me it really just depends on that. I just can't necessarily say, and I think it's it's not necessarily bad to not prefer a given, or it's definitely not bad to not prefer a given thing. It's just that to me I wouldn't necessarily call a game bad for having that, and I think that a lot of the people who are calling the game bad for it, especially before it came out, are very goofy. Also, I'm going to go with, I think, the sub, because I heard the dub a little bit, and it doesn't sound bad. I don't dislike it, but it doesn't sound as unique as, like, the original Silent Hill 2 dub or anything like that, so. I should be able to HDR, but I guess I'll have to enable that later. That sucks. This monitor can support it, but maybe the built-in contrast ratio just feels good enough. A lot of people have the perspective too of a difference being distinctly bad. That's exactly my point. That's the thing that I want to that's the thing that I like specifically wanted to kind of focus on, especially by finding the goofier reviews, is that I think that the idea of calling something different just is inherently bad is not only goofy, it's really bad for the kind of games community as a whole. You lose out on a ton of interesting video games by having that opinion. And I think that, yeah, a more general audience with these sorts of games kind of needs to hear that's not a normal or good opinion to have, and that's why I like doing that sort of thing. It's like when a person who plays Skyrim says that King's Field has unplayable controls. Exactly. Or like when Dark Souls first came out, when Skyrim players said that Dark Souls had unplayable controls. Exactly the same thing. That's another reason why it's goofy, because people will infinitely complain about a lot of these games, and then years later, suddenly, wow, this is one of the best things that I've ever played. Now everybody loves Dark Souls. Now everybody loves Elden Ring, which has largely the same controls as Dark Souls, right? So yeah, I bought the deluxe edition. So what? Yeah. Problem, poor? Yeah, you poor's got a problem? Yeah, of course I bought that deluxe edition. Alright, I think I should be able to max this out. I think I got a good enough graphics card, hopefully. I don't know if I can max it out on 4K without DLSS, but... Oh, I forget. Is FSR or TSR the better? I think FSR is the better one. We'll leave motion blur on for now. To be fair, if you didn't have a controller, Dark Souls 1 controls were pretty much unplayable. Well, yeah, someone who could play with it and enjoy the game. Did play with a controller and enjoy the game, or did play with a keyboard? I've heard that the keyboard and mouse is not nearly as good, but, you know, this is assuming that people are playing the, like, largely intended way to, like, enjoy the game. I'm assuming that that's saved. I'm confused, though. Did I miss DLSS? Like, I saw DLSS for anti-aliasing, but... Does this game not have DLSS? It was like a decade ago and got a controller for the game after that. Reasonable, yeah, fair enough. I never suffered through that myself, but I imagine that would not be the absolute best. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. It looks like this game doesn't have ray tracing unless the Lumen thing is what this is, but I kind of doubt it. Screen space reflection. Oh, I guess we'll go with Lumen Epic. I hope that this doesn't tank everything super crazy. It looks like there's not a lot of ray tracing stuff here. Maybe it's baked in, but it also doesn't look like there's DLSS options, so I'm a little bit confused as to how this is going to work. I've heard from a friend that Lumen can really tank performance. I mean, I'm going to try. I have a 5080, and I'm streaming on a second PC, so it's worth it to at least try, but... I guess that the question is for you, if you've played this game to some extent, is do we know which action difficulty is better? Is hard or story better? I typically play, like, Silent Hill 1 and 2 I played on normal, the first difficulty, or the first playthrough, and then the second playthrough for Silent Hill 2 I did hard. Actually, I did hard for both, technically, but yeah, I don't know if you know or if it really matters. I mean, I'm sure it matters, but I don't have a problem with hard either, especially because the combat's different, but... Let's just try hard. Fuck it, why not? I wasn't planning to get the game from what I currently have seen. Fair enough. Well, maybe I'll change your mind. Who knows? Maybe I'll hate the game. I have no idea. I've been excited for it, though. I've been excited since it was announced. I hadn't even played a Silent Hill game when it was announced, but I played Silent Hill 2 for the first time last year. Played Silent Hill this year, and I'm definitely a big fan of the series now. Is it too goofy if I go for the... Oh, I guess it just... I thought I was gonna... Okay. I'm going with the bunny costume. I'm sure I can change it later. This does not look pre-rendered, I think. So if this performance is what I can expect, it's definitely not that bad. The models look a little bit like lower poly anyway. Okay, maybe I should not have selected the bunny. Okay.
昔を思い出してた。お姉ちゃんって小さい頃からずっとお姉ちゃんだったんだなって。ひなこ、私ね。これお姉ちゃんにあげる。綺麗だわ。ありがとう。
I actually saw this cutscene in its entirety at Anime Expo already. I went to the Silent Hill F panel, so I got to see this. I think this was world first premiere, which was cool. I appreciated that. But maybe it wasn't world first, but I was one of the first groups of people to be able to see it. The contrast still looks really good, even without HDR on specifically on my monitor. I also have a fancy ass monitor, so. Silent Hill F. Wowzers. I like that you can kind of hear hints of that original like instrument set. I can't think of what else to call it from like the older Silent Hill games in this soundtrack still. More like Western. Now it's more obvious with, I'm assuming it's guitar. Definitely doing a lot to establish the space, which is important for two reasons. First of all, because it's obviously just a big part of Silent Hill in general anyway. But also this is, I mean, I don't know for sure, I'm not that knowledgeable in the series. I think this isn't technically the first time we've left Silent Hill. It's the first time that we've had a non-Western Silent Hill, though, so this is... They definitely got a little bit more work to do to prove that this is a place that can be at least somewhat on par with the original Silent Hill. Instrumental motif? It could be. If it's intended as a reference, then sure.
どうして妹の前は何もかも正反対なんだ。どこ行く？話はまだ終わってないぞ、ひなこ。お父さん、ひなこだって分かってくれてますよ。分かってたらどうしてあの態度になるんだ。これも全部お前がひなこをずっと甘やかしてきたからだろう。
How can you stay mad when she's in that cute bunny outfit, dog? Come on. Hit the door frame, Drew. Interesting. Oh, yeah, the performance is perfectly fine. Okay. Yeah, that 5080 was worth it. I wonder if it has some sort of baked in... It feels so smooth that it feels like it might have baked in frame gen. Or maybe the FPS is just that high. Actually, I am curious. Can I turn this on really quick? I hate that it has that background now. Can I just turn that off entirely? Okay, that's way better. And then let's make it smaller still. Not that small. Okay, that's better. Oh, wait, you can't even see that at all. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's about 80 FPS. So it might have built-in frame gen or something, honestly, but just based on how smooth it feels. Or maybe it's the motion blur, actually. Let's try turning the motion blur off. Maybe that changes it. Sorry, I fiddle with settings a lot when I play games. Ah, yeah. Okay, so it's just running at a high frame rate. Okay, yeah, no frame gen necessary. I'm not mad at this. This is interesting that they selected a because this definitely seems like it's less intensive than the Silent Hill 2 remake, which is very interesting. And it makes sense because it was two different. I think this was a Japanese studio and the Silent Hill 2 remake was a Western studio. Okay. I don't know if this game really has much in the way of extras. Like if I go down like alternate paths and stuff, like am I gonna find interesting shit? So I imagine that this is like an optional path here. Entry to mountain prohibited.
土砂崩れで通れない。昔はここ登ったな。
Interesting. Looks like they optimized it well. Yep, very true. I think my guess is that if there is any ray tracing in this game, it's probably baked in to some extent. I mean, obviously I can change a lot of lighting settings, so it might just not have any ray tracing, which kind of goes to show that if you don't have ray tracing, it's not that bad. Article, Serious Issues in Ebisu Gaoka. April 21st, Showa 20, 1945. Evening edition. The onsen geyser that suddenly started spewing water on the 3rd of this month in Iwashimizu, Ebisugaoka of Yamabe district. I feel so weird. I've been learning Japanese. I feel so weird pronouncing this in like an American accent. Iwashimizu, Ebisugaoka of Yamabe district finally came to a stop earlier this morning. The geyser reached a height of at least 30 meters, but the ceaseless noise and pungent hydrogen sulfide gas have left residents troubled. 3 individuals have been hospitalized with complaints of skin sores and other maladies they claim were caused by the gas. In addition, strong concentrations of arsenic have been detected in the geyser's water, 20 milligrams per liter. Jesus. Many residents have concerns about future environmental issues this might lead to. Interesting. It's not quite like a Walter Sullivan level foreboding article, but maybe there will be something. For anybody who doesn't know, Walter Sullivan is a famous serial killer in the earlier Silent Hill games, and there are articles about him like early on, especially in Silent Hill 2. I think Silent Hill 2 is the first mention of him, and they pretty graphic, but local doctors note, there have been sightings of foxes coming into town recently. I'm sure that the older generations who have grown up learning to respect foxes are fine, but I'm concerned for any children who may try and chase or provoke the creatures. Foxes by nature are not aggressive, but just like wild dogs, they carry diseases such as rabies, tetanus, and echinococosis, to name just a few. The town committee should send out warnings to ensure people don't get unnecessarily close to them. Fair enough. They're definitely doing a lot to try to build up the town as like a real place. I can feel it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think for as well known Silent Hill as well known as Silent Hill is for its setting, it makes a lot of sense that they would put in a lot of work to make this new place, this new setting feel just as lived in. Also, the controls are very interesting. She doesn't stay facing in like any given direction at all. Like if I turn around like this, or what was the thing that I was doing? Hold on. I was doing something in here. Something felt weird. Oh, I guess she just like responds very directly to the movements. I don't know what it was. I'll notice again. I'll point it out. I can't try to find exactly what I was experiencing. A lot of people are trying to learn Japanese nowadays, myself included. Very cool. Are you going to school for it, or are you doing like Duolingo and stuff? I've been working on an associate's in Japanese for like a year and a half now, whereabouts, kind of close. Set dressing is very important to world building. Oh gods, what should I do? Interesting. And this is interesting as well because in the original Silent Hill 2, in the first Silent Hill, you're just writing in a journal. In the original Silent Hill 2, there's a red sheet of paper, which I'm sure represents something. And when you look at it, it gives us a really crazy close-up of James's face, at least in the PS2 version. So, jam the Conchi 1.5 deck, 1.5K deck, that and immerse. Oh, is that that's the kanji 1.5K deck? That's like the one where you have like a fuck ton of kanji to go through? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I feel like I feel very confident in sentence structure now, and I feel like kanji is way easier to pick up on and memorize, knowing a lot of sentence structure especially. Set dressing is very important to world building. It's easy to be a lazy world builder when something is rooted a bit to reality. And that's something that's exemplified hardcore by the original Silent Hill games, is the crazy amount of focus on world building, right? It's rooted to reality to some extent, but of course there's a lot of very mind-bending things that happen in Silent Hill. So the fact that they are actually focusing so much on making this feel like such a cool place, again, it's both very important for the game and the world, but it's also very important for Silent Hill. Like, this is a specific thing that the Silent Hill franchise needs to keep up because of how core it is to the identity of the series. Interesting. This is definitely like a less creepy save file thing, but granted, the save file in the original Silent Hill isn't creepy, so maybe it just depends on the game. All right, so I'm going to switch away from... Yeah, I'm going to switch away from the bunny outfit. It's funny. I paid for it, I guess, with the deluxe edition, but... Yep, it's pretty hellish. I despise flashcards. I really need to read more. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, hey, I don't know where you're from. I don't know if you're from the U.S. or whatever. If you are from the U.S. and you're in a gracious state like California, if depending on how much you make, you can get classes for free, or you can, the classes themselves aren't that expensive. They're like $200. And if you, depending on the community college, you only need like 4 or 5 of them, and then you get an associate's in Japanese, and you get a pretty decent education along the way. I like the way that I've been taught it so far, and it's not just some like what's it called? What was the name of that thing? Rosetta Stone, the language learning thing. It's not like you just have to like go through that dog shit and whatever the fuck. It's like actually like you have a teacher giving you very specific assignments. You go through Genki. I'm some ways into the second Genki textbook now, so yeah, not bad. And Genki, of course, is like the famous way to learn a lot of the stuff. Drinking at this time of day, interesting. A woman is only complete when she's loved, featuring the latest fashion for young women, so pure they even make flowers blush. Jesus Christ. Okay, I can see the style and setting that we are going for. The horror of being a woman in Japan in general, but especially in, I think, like, this is the 40s or the 50s. Did I go up this way? Is this where I came from? Oh, no. This is something different. Interesting. It's the 60s. Fair enough. Again, the horror of being a woman in Japan in general. You know. That's stuck. Interesting. Not 100% sure. That sounds right. I think I remember that. It's somewhere in the... Oh, God. Was that all still Showa? Or Showa? I don't remember when Showa ended. I'm not going to lie. Maybe this was still Showa. I don't remember. I don't remember the eras. Where is everyone? Very good question. Cheap followers on Stream Boot. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, he's gonna spam it. Oh, it's restricted anyway. It's not showing. Alright, fair enough. Oh, I like how detailed the map is. This is really cool. And I like how drawn out it is. It feels less like a real map, I guess. Like it would have in the original Silent Hill games, but still cool, Oh, C focuses the camera. Got it. The map kind of reminds me of Yomawari. I've heard of Yomawari. Is that game good? It's a indie game, right? Isn't it like a platformer of some sort? I might be misremembering. That's one of those games that I have like filtered away into the like middle section of games that I mean to play one day, but there's like a fuck ton of them, so it's like I just haven't gotten anywhere near that stuff yet. So I just don't remember that many details about it. It's like a top-down horror game. It's interesting. Fair enough. So is it kind of like an RPG Maker style game, or not really? I'm noticing like a little bit of stuttering, but it's not that bad. This is definitely more like linear in terms of exploration so far than
すいません
the original games, but
運転手さんいませんか？
Yomawari is not RPG Maker. It's a very painterly style in some ways. It's kind of like exploring the town for clues. Very cool. I know that there's the I know that Signalis came out, and I think that's isometric, but it's like I would assume a generally like not the same visual style, but generally same like type of game sort of, but maybe more actiony. And then there's Crow Country, which more 3D I would imagine, but again like more of those like indie style horror games like that. Very interesting though. Very, very interesting. Again, nothing wrong with
この先に抜け道が
linear being like different from the original games or anything like that if it fits with the style. So far I'm not mad at anything. Interesting.
絶対に呪いよ。あんなひどい死に方あるわけないもの。私なら絶対に言うわ。そんな家。噂をすればなんとやらだよ。
Okay. Have you seen like the Horror Harvest Moon trailers popping up recently? Same dev, I believe. I have not. That's interesting though. There is a famous piece of lost media that actually turned out to be a hallucination of somebody remembering playing a like flash farming game where you're farming to earn money and whatever, but I think at the beginning you kill your wife and you bury her body and you have to try to keep it hidden as you take like deliveries and stuff like that. Like her grave, I guess it's like a shallow grave or something, and you have to try to make it not obvious to people, and they keep asking you like where your wife is and stuff like that. You see how long you can make it. But it turns out that the person who thought that they had played that actually just hallucinated it in like a fever dream, like a literal, like they were sick, like fever dream of I think it was Oni Plays joking about like having a game like that. Well, I don't know what the fuck that glitch was, but
裏切り者サクコどこ行くの？こっち通るの珍しいね。車が道を塞いでてさ。千鶴や？今は誰かと喋りたくて。私も後から行くね。うん。じゃあね。裏切り者。
I was gonna say, why did she start by calling her a traitor and just sounds so normal? Okay, what? You know what I think this section might be kind of akin to? At the very beginning of the original Silent Hill 2, after you leave your car, you have to walk down this like winding trail path thing. And that whole section, yeah, I don't know what that glitch is. That whole section is very linear, and it's very like there's just a lot of weird sounds in the background and everything. This kind of feels a little bit more like that, but directly involving the kind of town and the people more and everything. So I'm not necessarily mad at that. I'm assuming the game's going to open up a little bit more, but we'll see. I think this is like a different path from where I just... Oh, no, this is where I just was. I was talking to the girl up here or something. Name, Suzutani Mayumi. Last seen wearing white blouse, long navy skirt, beige neckerchief with black polka dots. Details of disappearance, the rest has been torn off. So did we kill her or something? trying to see if I can read any of the kanji. I'm like understanding some of it, but not that much. Okay, so that's probably the way to go. I also recognize that guy, so let's just check this corner really quick to see if there's any other little readable tidbits. Still under construction. When are they going to be finished? Okay. I mean, I guess... I mean, that feels natural enough. I feel like it's like a little bit of a lazy way in something like a Silent Hill game to block something off. But I guess, you know, I'm just thinking about it because in the original Silent Hill, you'd literally just have a freeway that falls into like a pit. Like or a road that falls into like a pit or something. But... oh, we got like a physical journal. Oh, there's like drawings in here and stuff. Oh, wait, this is cool. Wait, stylistically, this is really cool. Wait, I'm actually curious now. So we can, like, learn a decent bit about the game through this, I'm assuming. Me, there's not a single extraordinary thing about me except maybe being tall for a girl my age. I used to be in the track and field club, which is probably why I'm better at sports than most girls. I guess I got used to running around a lot when I was a kid, since I preferred playing with the boys. Okay. I will admit I can be quite stubborn at times. I don't like accepting things that other people decide for me, even if it's the right thing to do. More than once I've rebelled and made the wrong decision, only to regret it later. Interesting. Seems very self-aware, but I feel like it's only contrived if you still struggle after it descends more into Silent Hill. It's only contrived. Which thing is contrived? I feel like the only thing that I said was contrived with was the road stuff. Maybe I forgot what I said. Like if the road work stays as is and isn't more significant. Oh, yeah, yeah, maybe if it like becomes like less realistic. I mean, to be fair, it's like not even like in the original like Silent Hill games, it's not even a matter of it being like Dark World or anything like that. It's just like base Silent Hill is just like a lot more fucked up than this is, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Again, it's not like a gripe against the game. It's just like a difference. It doesn't feel lazy for what this is. It's just different from what Silent Hill typically is. Not bad, but my mother, if I had to choose one word to describe her, it would be pitiful. She's the one who bears the brunt of my father's violent moods and malicious abuse. When I was younger, she used to protect me from him, so I didn't hate her back then, but maybe I do hate her now. Even as my father screams in her face, throws bowls at her, and sends her out for alcohol late at night, she remains ever loyal to him. I just will not accept her way of life. My father, when I first learned of the term patriarchal husband and that it meant a man who does nothing but boss his wife around, he was the first person to come to mind. Dad barely talks. He ignores me when I tell him good morning, but if I say nothing, he gets angry instead. And once he's angry, he just explodes. He loses all control over his emotions in the blink of an eye. He yells at Mom, throws things around, and even hits us. Why can't he act like that in public? Why does everyone else only get to see his quiet, calm side? If it meant that I wouldn't have to spend another second with him in that house, I'd happily let myself be taken away. I do like all the little gold accents in all the images. It's very stylistically interesting. Kinuta Junko, my older sister. She's one of the prettiest and kindest people I know, and there's nothing she can't do. I can rely on her for anything. Honestly, she's the greatest sister anyone could ask for. She's always been there for me ever since the day I was born until she left to get married. Ah, I thought she was dead, but nope. Igarashi Sakuko, one of my friends. She's always got her head up in the clouds and is a little strange. She's constantly trying to worm her way out of paying me back for the 500 yen I lent her that one time. Fair enough. Her father is the head priest of the Senensugi shrine in town. Senensugi. She seems to take great pride in donning the traditional Miko robes and selling charms during the New Year celebrations. Last one. E.Y. Shu. Oh, I like how the gold accents here are just buttons. It's cute. Shu's been my best friend since forever. He's my partner. We've been having playdates for as long as I can remember. That makes it sound like they're dating. When we played Make-Believe Space Wars, we'd call each other partner, and for some reason it just kind of stuck. Kids of the Showa era tend to look down on the other sex, but never Shu, and I rebelled against my parents because they told me to act like a girl. He was the one who understood my feelings the most and stood by me. Fair enough, fair enough.
Yo, Aibo.
I guess that's good context for why he's calling her partner.
あのさ、
なんか言ってよ。
お前 こそなんか言うことはないのかよ。
相棒にないんだったら私にだってない。
お前らしいや。受け身な生き方なんてお前らしくないぜ。お前が自分で選んだ道なら俺はいつまでも応援するからな。
シュウ。
シュウ君お待たせ。
ひなこもいたんだ。リンコ。何の話をしてたの？いや、大した話は。
誰かとおしゃべりしたい気持ちだったんだって。
Why'd she have to ride her bike over here if she's just in that building?
それはよかった。お役に立てて光栄の極み。会えると分かってたら借りてた雑誌持ってくればよかった。ああ、貸したままでいいよ。リンコに貸した時点で戻ってくると思ってないし。んだとこんちくしょう。笑いすぎだよ。サクコだってひなこから何か借りてるんじゃないの？私なんかあったかな。
ねえひなこ、じゃあ私が借りてる500円も返さなくていいよね。
サクコ利子つけて返すとか言ってなかった？
言ってないよ。証文あんなら出してみろ。
いいこと聞いた。これからはサクコに貸すとき消しゴムであっても証文書かせるから。
そんな意地悪言わないでよ。
Why are they all dressed like they're in a high school anime? Because Japan is an anime. Cat, everybody knows that.
裏切りも。
What the fuck? Are her blood vessels like exploding? Okay, right into the combat. Very interesting. Oh, I like can't run and I have to look. Okay. I don't know what that glitch is. This is very akin to the original Silent Hill 2. Crash Bandicoot ass chase. You know what? There are times where James is like facing the camera where he's running at it. In Silent Hill 2. I don't like that you said that though, because now I can't unsee that. But Jesus fuck. Interesting. Ooh, oof, 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 oof. Okay. No, I have to go this way. Why? Hello, turn? Okay, my bad. She did not want to turn. Jesus. That's kind of gross. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe I need to look at fixing that. It keeps doing that. We were just trying to get the death scene. True. True and base. She does not want to run. There we go. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's scary as fuck. You're making it sound like I'm horny for the death scenes. That's kind of crazy, dog. Okay, what do I do? Okay, fair enough. So I gotta avoid the walls as well. Interesting. Is Is this a dead end? Did I go the wrong way? Oh. I see. Fair enough.
お姉ちゃん
Interesting. You know, I will say so far,
これ週にもらっててよかった
I don't know why the fuck that's happening. Note from Shu. Hey partner, these painkillers should work best for you. They'll not only take care of your headaches, but also any pain from injuries. I suspect that the main cause behind your nasty headaches is from from you unconsciously grinding your teeth when you're upset. Does that sound about right? If you ever need to talk or anything, just call my name and I'll be there. Red capsules. Painkillers in capsules relieves pain and raises spirits. Slightly restores health and current max sanity. Okay. Honestly, if I was getting chased by the fog that kills you, I would be dead. How would I have known to run away? Because it's the... Because there's, like, bad red stuff. Unless you mean the first person that died, you'd be the first person that died, which fair enough. But I feel like as soon as you see someone die, it's... You just gotta go. You just gotta go, dog. You just gotta fucking run. Sounds like your survival instincts are not very high, Kat. You think you would have been the first? Fair enough. I like to think I wouldn't be. Fair enough. That's definitely a way to look at it. Yeah, I will say that, like, I think bury your gaze trope takes hold IRL too. Bury your gaze trope. This is some... no, I can't. I was gonna say something I probably can't say on Twitch. That's too LTBGQ for me, dog. I'm a straight white dude. I don't even know how to relate to that. But I genuinely don't know what that means. Bandages coated with ointment used to stop bleeding. Application is taught in all local schools. Yeah, I feel like the original Silent Hill games, they kind of take more of an approach, and this is also interesting that we're in like the slums now. A lot of those games take more of an approach of like just plop you into the world, go ahead and explore. There's not really much limitation to where you can go around and what you can do. And it looks like, I mean, there's still like kind of side stuff that you can explore in this. Yeah, okay, so there's still some. Maybe there will be more like over time as well. But the kind of thing with the original approach is that it can get away with just having a lot more moments of you kind of walking around, exploring stuff, encountering random monsters and fighting and that sort of stuff. Because the combat itself, the kind of gameplay itself, this isn't the way to go, is something that kind of engenders fear more, right? Like this sort of thing I can just like move away like relatively quickly to get away from whatever I need to get away from. Okay. And I don't have to worry too much about that sort of control, right? It's very instantaneous, it's very responsive. In the original games with the tank controls, there's a lot more that goes into like turning and like aiming and shooting. There's a bunch more buttons that you have to press, all that sort of stuff. And so it kind of, it's like a different sort of thing where it makes sense that it's going to plop you into the game and let you figure it out yourself because there's horror there, right? The gameplay loop there has horror baked into it, but more responsive controls have a harder time doing that inherently. And so I think that it's interesting, and I'm not mad at it, that this game so far is taking more of an approach of, while being responsive, taking you more on linear scares, but still making you control things on a moment-to-moment basis. To me, this doesn't feel unlike Silent Hill yet. But it definitely is different. It's very interesting seeing this like very modern approach to how kind of the earlier games did that sort of thing. Feels properly tense to me so far, so. That's the sound design I was expecting. I was waiting for the creepier sound design to come in. Definitely unsettling ass noises. They're a lot less otherworldly, but so far. What the fuck is that? Okay. Yeah. Perfect dodge and recover stamina. Okay, got it. Interesting. So if I just keep running, it's fine, I assume? Oh, I'm slowly depleting stamina as I run as well. Oh, that's definitely a thing. You do think you could survive the creepy doll that kills you. What's the difference between that and the fog? I feel like the fog is easier to avoid. You just run. This thing you have to like actively... You have to actively input against. Is it just because you're a gamer? Is that why, Cat? You think you could do it? So that's probably the intended way. Oh, maybe it's not because there's so many different... Wait, I'm curious actually. Okay, so we are getting diverging paths. Fog, I can't really see how... Like, how am I supposed to know where it goes? It trails you. You saw the red stuff. You just avoid the red stuff. I feel like that's not that hard to see. Just turn around really quick. Oh, is it still following me? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's still there. Okay, I'll keep running. The Fent in the ceiling fan that kills you is harder to avoid, TBH. The fentanyl? The Japanese fentanyl in the ceiling fan? You guys, I don't know if I'm tired, if I'm still sick, or if you guys are on some other shit right now. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Yokon, a jelly-like dessert filled with red bean paste, a bite-sized delight. Greatly restores health. Got it. Wonder if I get a weapon at some point. Interesting. This guy's never experienced the fent in the ceiling fan that kills you. Is this the same fentanyl that policewoman touched through her glove and apparently overdosed off of? What a dumb fuck. Anyway, they're related. Very true. Similar types of weapon. They're all talked about in the Geneva Convention, right? So I'm assuming that... No, this path it looks like is the dead end. I guess let's try this first. I'm hoping that I can still go back to everywhere else. You haven't seen someone just toss a brick of Fent into a ceiling fan, and then it like explodes and everybody breathes it in and overdoses? I can't say that I've had that happen yet, but I have had friends threaten it, so maybe one day. Local doctors note there are cases where patients see an improvement in their symptoms not by taking medicine, but rather by simply talking to a doctor. The cause of this phenomenon lies undeniably in the trust fostered between practitioner and patient. Conclusively, the pharmacists who have been trusted since ancient times perhaps could be said to contain a similar power to that of the local gods here. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. That's like an interesting thought just in general. That it's not so much that that even because like we make fun of like those old like medicinal remedies, like why would anybody think that like herbal remedies and stuff, like why would anybody think that ever works? But maybe to some extent it worked more because the idea that it was going to work just relieved like a lot of stress and stuff like that. Now I don't know pharmacologically or medically why that would work, but like physically what's happening to your body to make that work. But even among the younger generations of this town, there are many who believe praying to Oinari-san will soothe pain and speed up the healing process. One's fortitude of faith is thought to have direct relation to potency. There are even some town elders who claim to have had broken bones miraculously mended after praying to Oinari-san. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. What? What does that sound? Is that the doll? What the fuck am I hearing? Oh, it is. It's over here now. Can I bait it over here? Come on. This is like that person talking about the, you know, being able to dodge and perfect parry against the fear of pregnancy. Like this is an example of like the fear of being made nothing but like a doll that's just for someone to use, right? Okay, as like a woman. But that's not what that is. It's not the literal fear. It's the monster representing that. Dog, look how shit this doll is. How is that harder than the fuck? Can you dodge that well in real life, Cat? I don't know how much you exercise, Cat, but I don't know how athletic you are, but I exercise like a fair amount, and I don't even know if I could do that. If I believe in myself. True. You'll just sprain literally everything on your body as soon as you do it, but I respect the effort, Cat. I respect that. So are the pain meds ground up God or something? Isn't that basically how all medicine works? Isn't that what aspirin is at the end of the day? It's ground up God, it just works. I can parry a doll. I cannot carry fog. Why would you need to carry the fog? Where's it going? Where are you taking it? Why does the fog need to leave where it? Just leave it where it is. Just leave it be. The fog doesn't got to go anywhere. Just get away from it. Interesting. So that just goes out to the other side. I guess let's check what's upstairs first. Wait, can I even leave first? I can. Okay, let's go check what's upstairs first. It's interesting that I'm not getting that, like, glitch again, the frame glitch. I'm assuming that it's like a VSync issue, if anything, but one of these monsters is definitely going to pop in somewhere at some point. Blood. Oh, trail of blood that comes over here with a key. Okay. Oh. So they're wearing masks? Or its face is torn off? A key with unknown bloodstains. Not sure what it unlocks. Oh, maybe that's the exit. I actually needed that for it. Okay. Yokon. More heals? Well, why is it downstairs? Oh, it's right there. If I dodge it, can I go into that room? Oh, my stamina's low. Uh-oh. Just pin the... Okay, chill for me, chill for me. Back door key. A sturdy-looking barrel key, judging from its size and blades. It should be used to open the back door. This is for the bloody key. Are these like two alternate paths, or... Interesting. Okay. Am I allowed to go back up? So is the other key... I'm curious. I hope Shu and Rinko are alright. So if I go back... Am I able to use that other key to go through the door downstairs? Are these like alternate paths or something? Interesting. So this is the locked door. Yeah, these are... Are these different paths? It looks like they are. Omamori Whale. When using a restorative item, you will not be interrupted by normal attacks. Okay. Interesting. I was not expecting that. Okay. You get equipment to use. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so this is the optional part. Okay, so it's not alternate paths, it's just different stuff. Didn't know this game had equipment. Yeah, neither did I. Very interesting. I'm not mad at that solely because like my experience with it so far is just the exploration part, so I appreciate having kind of like side objectives to like look at and go after. I think that oof. Oh, can I not get past it here? Maybe I just have to die now. I think I lost too much health. Let's retry. I guess I have to bait it out more. Yeah, in the original games, the side exploration... Oh, did I lose it? Yeah, okay, I gotta go back and get it. The side exploration stuff is primarily just to like stock up on items, which makes sense because the kind of core loop is like a little bit harder, and so you might be going through basic resources more quickly. This obviously, the basic kind of mechanics are a little bit easier and more fluid, so you might not necessarily be going through as many resources or anything like that. Like obviously there's still a lot of healing items and stuff, but to me this feels like rewarding exploration in the context of this game specifically, in that of course you can get hit while you're opening stuff. It's rewarding for this game specifically in the sense that it's stuff that feels like it's probably going to be useful in combat. Given that this is a game with a very different style of combat. Nope. Okay, I think I should be good now. That wasn't too much HP. Okay, and then the pain meds also automatically regen all of my stamina. Interesting. There's also the occasional max health and stamina items in those too, but they are so rare, or maybe I'm gaslighting myself. Yeah, you're talking about the, Oh wait, are you talking about, if you're talking about stamina, do you mean in this game, or are you talking about in the original games? Because in like Silent Hill 2, for example, there's no stamina meter, but you do find ampoules at some points, which automatically like fully heal you. That might be what you're talking about. But yeah, those are very rare, but they definitely do exist. Oh wait, what does check do? V to check. Oh, you just get to see it. That's cool. It's like a little whale. In SH1 and 2. Yeah, no stamina, but ampoules definitely with the full health. Shu and Rinko are all right. Okay. Red capsules. Do you get more than one? Nope. Just get one at a time. Got it. Dead on. Are you not gonna attack? Okay, well, goodbye. Sucks to suck, bitch. Later, bitch. Okay. Antique comb, a small hairbrush specifically made to be used in religious ceremonies. A type of offering yields a great deal of faith when enshrined. What is faith? Exchanged for Faith at Hakura. Use Faith at a Hakura to fully restore your sanity. If you've chosen stories or action difficulty level, then you can recover both your health and sanity without using Faith by visiting a Hakura. Use Faith you've received at a Hakura to obtain Omamori. Okay. So if I'm restoring sanity, does that mean that I need to like... Should I be waiting to use this until I'm going more insane? Or is it more like I can use this now? I receive the faith, it's banked, and then I can clear mind when I need to later in order to make myself feel better. Okay, let's just take the random Omamori. Increases max stamina. Fair enough. Oh, I think this is from the deluxe edition, whatever. Slightly restores health upon picking up food items. Fair enough. Shriveled Abura Age. Fried tofu that became too hard and dry to be edible. Oinari-sama's favorite offering, a type of offering, yields a great deal of faith when enshrined. Oh, well, that's kind of scam. Gotcha something. True. Well, I also, I guess, bought microtransactions into the gacha because this is all from the deluxe edition. Fresh mountain water. It said those who drink this water will be blessed by the gods. Fully restores current max sanity and reduces sanity damage taken for a set time. Can be used as an offering. First aid kit, a box containing various medical supplies that can be used to treat wounds of all kinds, essential for any home. Fully restores health. Interesting, the first aid kits are the full heal in this game. Okay, so I guess in that case, I honestly didn't know what it was going to give me, but I might as well use it. No reason not to now. So I get one more free Omamori. Might as well. Decreases enemy line of sight. Maybe that's useful later. Okay, so that thing's back there. I think this is the way to go. Okay, I think it's like when the camera gets caught on certain, like, objects, it does that glitchy thing? I can't tell. I cannot tell. Oh.
Rinko?
Oh, pipe time. Now we get to fight back, bitch. Now it's your turn to run, bitch. Haha, yeah, you gotta be real scared now. Haha, yeah, for real. Okay. Heavy attack. Take more damage while stunned. Lock onto an enemy. Got it. Is it not gonna do anything while I'm doing this? Okay, well that was easy. But if they put the metal pipe falling sound effect for all the hit sounds? Good one, Cat. Wouldn't that be just so funny? Guys, everybody type LUL at what Cat just said. Everybody type LOL, dude. Good one, Cat. Good one, dude. Very good input. Certain enemy attacks will leave them vulnerable to counterattacks. I thought it would be funny, smiley face. I'm just being sarcastic. A visual hint will appear when it is possible to counterattack. When the visual hint is shown, use right-click to perform a counter. The visual hint indicating that a counter is possible will be visible for longer when you are using control to focus. Okay, interesting. If no visual hint is shown during an enemy's attack, that attack cannot be countered. Additionally, hints will not appear when Hinako is attacking or dodging, so keep a close eye on enemies' movements. I think I get what it's trying to say. So I focus. Sanity depletes. Okay. Interesting. So I guess I just want to hit that really quick. Right after like a certain attack or when it's like attacking in order to see what to do. These things are very easy to kill though. These things are very, very, very easy to kill. I don't have to do anything special yet. They don't even like want to attack me. Also, it's very interesting that I was having problems streaming like really bad a couple weeks ago. Like tons of drop frames on the network and stuff. My stream would crash all the time, and now it's perfectly fine. Wonder if they were doing like maintenance or if there was they were switching like lines or some shit. A portable toolkit containing commonly used tools for home repair. Restores equipped weapons durability. Okay, interesting. Use toolkits to repair weapons and restore their durability. So once a weapon's durability has been exhausted, the weapon will break and disappear. Toolkits can be used to restore a weapon's durability. Okay. So and a toolkit as a one-time use. Okay. So I wonder how many like pipes you pick up and stuff.
シュ
Definitely
ウどこにい
different.
る
Ramune, the best-selling soft drink in town. It packs a fizzy, refreshing punch that wakes you up with one sip. Greatly restores current max sanity. Can also be used as an offering. Interesting. We love some Ramune. We love some Ramune. Yokon. One day I'll know enough kanji. I know oto and, well, I guess it's to and ka. Yo, Ramune, this game is good. Actually, true. I know kane, or no, that'd be read as something else in this context. It'd be gold because it's like kin and kinyobi, I think. To ka to something something, no, something. Ramune was invented in 1884. That does not shock me. I don't know if that's true. Maybe you just looked it up, but that does not shock me. I mean, Coca-Cola's been around for fucking forever as well, so. Three hits to stun. That stuns again. And just do that. Hey, hi Mania James. How are you doing? I'm good. Before we get started, Mania James, are you going to ask me to buy art? Because if you are, the answer is no. However, if you're not going to ask me to buy art, what's up, dude? Persona Taken. I just looked it up. I was baffled it existed. Oh, we got Mania James saying, good to hear that, to me saying that I don't want to buy their art. This is definitely an art hawker, but you know what? We accept all kinds here, okay? But yeah, I know that Ramune, it doesn't shock me that Ramene's been around forever. It's like a national fucking staple of Japan. They're going to ask if you want to buy views, actually. You know what? I might be more interested in the views than the art. I'm not going to lie. Ramune was made by a Scottish pharmacist in Kobe. What's also interesting, a lot of people don't know this, Sega, the game company, actually started as an American computer company that went to Japan. So I can't remember if it was like, if it went to Japan or if it was Americans that went to Japan in order to found a computer company. And then they brought products back to America, whatever the fuck. So lots of weird shit with Japan throughout, basically since the country reopened in, yeah, the late 19th century. Good drink. True. Another still pipe. Nice. Oh, I think I forgot to save last time I was on one of these. Is funny. Good drink. It reminds me a lot of the vending machines in any Atlas game, like Persona or Shin Megami Tensei, where they just have like Jack Frost as the I don't even remember what half of that shit says, but it just has like a big ass like Jack Frost. I think it's called like Hee Ho or some shit like half the time. Very on the nose. I guess I'll save the Divine Water in case I end up needing to use it to restore my sanity. Does my sanity rebuild over time? Hee ho. True. How do I check my sanity if I'm not in combat? Oh. Okay, so it does just go up over time. Okay. Interesting. So my sanity can deplete when I'm doing stuff like focusing especially. And if I run out of sanity, then I'm assuming that I can't like focus and like fight or something like that. But I can use items to replenish it, or out of combat it automatically goes up. I know that kanji, Mizu, that means water. The blue one. I don't know what the other shit is. Oh, she's gonna be a boss fight. Uh-oh. Interesting. Maybe she's not a boss fight.
堅苦しい神社じゃなくて駄菓子屋の娘に生まれたかったって。ここならいつでも好きなだけお菓子が食べられるよ。おやすみ咲子。
Interesting. It's kind of like there's like a very literal entity here that's kind of possessing the town. That's the meme here.
私やっぱり咲子との約束守りたいよ。
So not so much a boss fight, I guess, but there's gonna be multiple. Okay, I might as well use the toolkit. Oh, how do I use it? Toolkit. Pipe visually deforms. Very true. Yeah, you can see that. But how do I click? Do I what? And then do I what? How do I repair it? Am I confused? I click on this and it shows over here. If I press F to equip, it just does that. I press C for back. V to check, that just does that. Can I see options, controls, key bindings maybe? Special action. Firm. Equipment, how do I use it though? I don't think it's T. Right click just exits. What, how do I... Hello? Hello? Alright, hold on. Oh, that's not the right one. How to use the toolkit SHF. Okay. Silent Hill F. Oh, wait, I see. I don't think it's... I don't know if it's about when an enemy's nearby. It might be just that it's not low enough yet. That could be it. Oh, I didn't think it was going to attack me. Oh, okay. Okay. Now I can use it? Nope. Oh, this damages me. Interesting. Can I get out of it? No, I'm just dead. Okay. Interesting. Alright, fair enough. That makes sense. Okay. So, I mean, maybe it's combat? I really don't know. Oops. Just trying to lock on, never just paying attention to dodging. And then that kills. Right. Can I, like, when they're... I don't know. quick. Okay, went the wrong one. That's alright. Let's just equip the other steel pipe really quick so that I don't break that one, if I can avoid it, ideally. And I'm in the shit again. I still don't really understand the, like, counterattack thing. Okay, my bad. Fair enough. Okay. I guess I was mashing too much. That makes sense. So the combat's a little bit slower paced than I'm giving it credit for. People got into my brain too much, and I thought that the game really was just like a fucking mash and pray for the best type of affair. But no, this is like a fairly slow and methodical type of combat. You have to be pretty calculated with when you're doing attacks and whatnot. Let's go ahead and switch again. I don't know if that was intentional or not. That weird glitchy effect. And then one last attack finishes it off. Ah, I'm out of stamina. Yep. Oof. That was close. Okay, nice. Fair enough. Game, video, and audio are desync. Okay, give it a minute. Can I pause in the middle of this? I can. Give me 1 sec. Oh, is it not going to let me obviously alt-tab? Okay, there we go. Jesus. Okay, that should fix it. I think the weird glitchy effect was showing the perfect dodge timing, maybe? Does the game even show that timing? I mean, you might be right, I don't know. Interesting. It's like the town is like falling apart around her. Yeah, Cat, it's a dumb issue with I use 2 PCs and NDI for streaming, so it's just like a stupid desync thing. The baby bird takes her first steps. Interesting. It said it did except when we were attacking, I think. Was that for perfect dodge, or was that for the counterattack thing? Because I remember that for counterattack, but maybe I'm just misremembering. Very interesting. This town feels very surreal in a way that's like hard to pin down so far. Hold on. Oh, I know why it's so difficult to alt-tab. The game's like not actually borderless full screen. That sucks. Like in the middle of a shrine. I can't just like leave, can I? Fuck this. I don't want anything to do with this. Oh. Wait, but I don't want to leave because maybe I'm going to miss something. Hold on. Thy restless heart betrays thee as unfit for this auspicious day. Thou must first pay respect to the gods and the spirits of thine ancestors. A restless heart leads to a corrupt soul. Only through sufficient offerings laid upon many stands can thy soul be cleansed. Interesting. What am I picking up? Oh, so I can't even leave, so that door's probably locked then, and I have to put the offerings in different... Oh, I see. I'm just randomly putting these in. I have no... So what is the... Oh, what's journal again? Gee. I guess we can read on Rinko really quick. One of my friends, she's really put together, but can be a little inflexible in how she does things sometimes. Once she set her mind to something, that's it, and recently that something seems to be clothes, fashion, and other womanly pursuits. Rinko once confessed to me that she had a crush on Shu. I told her that I was all for it, but if she can't get used to the idea of rolling around in the dirt and catching insects for fun, she might have a tough time. Fair enough. Oh, she added on, unlike my sister Junko, who was always the golden child, I've been a handful ever since I was little. My parents told me that I never listened to a single word they said. I'd make my mom cry and my dad furious. But Junko was always there for me. She understood me. She looked out for me. That's why I love my sister and I've always done what she's asked of me. Or at least I've tried. She would smooth things out between me and my parents, which made life in that house a little more bearable. That is until she got married, of course. Interesting. It's always the marriage. It always fucks everything up. Thy restless heart betrays thee as unfit for this auspicious day. Thou must first pay respect to the gods and the spirits of thine ancestors. A restless heart leads to a corrupt soul. Only through sufficient offerings laid upon many stands may thy soul be cleansed. Thy restless heart betrays thee as unfit for this auspicious day. A restless heart leads to a corrupt soul. I don't know, like, anything about the details of these shrine offerings. You can rotate them, that's cool. So this is a fan. This is a dead rat. Okay. Got it. This is a very veiny looking vase, but I think it's supposed to be like trees of some sort, maybe. And it's sealed at the top. There's probably some sort of offering inside. This is just a kimono with a dead bird inside of it. Okay, really small kimono for a dead bird. This, you think you get it. What is it? This is a fish that has HP Lovecraft syndrome. Okay, got it. So let's look around for a second. If I want your guess, you'll tell me. Yeah, give me a minute. I haven't even processed what this potentially could be. Restless heart. But maybe what's more important is the stuff at the bottom. So at the base of all of these, we have 3 flowers, bamboo, another 3 flowers and a ring, leaves, and a tree. This is bamboo on the side, so it could just be that's that. This has ringlets, so it could be that these rings are supposed to be for this thing with the other ring. This has the flower on it, but that flower looks like it matches this one more, so maybe this is just that. This has trees on it, so that would make sense as that. This has I'm guessing that those are bushes or leaves of some sort, which would fit with that. I mean, I don't have it, do I? No, because I'm assuming something's gonna click when I get it. I'm just gonna run up to the door. I'm assuming that it's gonna tell me that it's locked when I get over to it. Yep. Okay. Interesting. So I'm assuming that it's matching those things to the stuff that's below it. Restless heart. Restless heart leads to an unclean soul or something. So this, I'm assuming... Oh, you know what? No. Wait, because this one, the pattern on it looks more like the leaves on this tree. This, then... Oh, maybe it's the pattern that's on the cloth. and not so much the vase itself. Oh, it's right at the bottom. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, well, that's it. Fair enough. Was that your guess, Persona taken? Was your guess, Cat? Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Takes a second to process these things when you also got to react. You also got to be entertaining. The idea of what you need to do. That's fair. That's fair. No clone exacts makes sense. Oh, are you not entertained? Streamer DLF, true. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that glitch is. I don't know why it's like getting smaller. I'm assuming that's not just part of the game. Oh, yeah, I'm taking damage from lack of sanity. I'm assuming that I should be able to make it to the door without having to use an item? Yeah. Okay.
おはよう。悪い夢にうなされていたかな。
Why is this dude from like a Dawn May? What the fuck?
怪我はないか。怪我をするようなことは私がする。
Oh, is this the Fox God or a manifestation of the Fox God?
ありがとう。
それでは行こうか。ひなこ。
どこ？
どうした？こっちだ。
Okay.
なの。
Interesting, interesting. Can I repair? I still can't repair my shit. Okay, I think I'm missing something. Oh, I can't repair it because my weapons are gone. Never mind. That makes sense. Just trying to repair in advance, but no use. So one thing that I remember when I was at the Anime Expo Silent Hill F panel was that in an interview, the music dude, the music creator, said that Silent Hill 1, so each Silent Hill game kind of exists on a spectrum between psychological to more traditional, like ghost-like horror, and the original Silent Hill is kind of right in between the two, and Silent Hill 2 is very just psychological, and that this game is a little bit more in between the two as well. And I'm definitely getting that vibe so far. Definitely a lot of spooky, weird, off-kilter shit, and a lot of psychological stuff as well from the main character. I feel like they're intersected a little bit better than what I felt in the original Silent Hill. I felt like the original Silent Hill wasn't the absolute best story ever, but it was interesting. It definitely wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't nearly as... I was expecting a lot more depth, I guess, and a lot more like narrative ambiguity given the quality of Silent Hill 2, but... Oh, it's a bunch of... Not kaiju, yokai? Interesting. They look kind of like traditional yokai for the most part. There's another really famous like walk around game, the only video game that Roger Ebert said that he liked ever. Yeah, it's like a point and click adventure game that's set in like feudal Japan, and it has a lot of yokai that look very similar to this as well. I don't need to click on absolutely every one of these, but most of them are the same, it looks like. What's this blue one right here? Oh, is that like a fucking cone demon? What the fuck is that? Okay. Kaiken, a beautiful dagger used for ceremonial purposes. The blade has been intentionally dulled, so it doesn't make the best weapon. However, it does seem surprisingly durable. Interesting. The Inari statue's laughing. Creepy. Very much like a fox. So weird looking. I do like that they've kind of strategically chosen which models to leave lower poly and which ones to have higher poly, and the statues are a bit lower poly. I think it works. It's like fine stylistically. It's good for performance. It's also very interesting that the other world in this game has a lot more of an ability to have kind of more of an established world to it. Oh, it must have had something in its mouth. Oh, because this one does. And then this is preparing a key. In the original Silent Hill games, the Dark World stuff, it doesn't necessarily have that much behind it. Like, it doesn't really feel like there's that much cohesion behind it, like in terms of like world establishment, I guess, like facts about the world. It's just kind of very mysterious, and there are certain like aspects that are consistent, like tonally and aesthetically and visually and all that kind of stuff, but there's not like a lore behind it or like characters or like a world, really. It's just kind of like a more messed up version of the current world that represents typically the town reacting to the mind of the person, it feels like. This is able to accomplish that while also being like a literal place with like established gods and stuff like that, which I think is cool. I think that that's an interesting way to kind of develop on the Silent Hill formula. Very neat, very neat. Missing something. Oh, there's like symbols that I have to work with. Seen something like this. Okay, so I go back to this shrine. It's not on the dagger, is it? I mean, I could check that really quick first. Is that on my weapons? It's just flames on that. Oh. As I pass into the world of the dead, I pray only that I do not pass through the gates of hell. Please hear my prayer. Okay. It's interesting that the game is kind of telling me where to go back to do the puzzle stuff. It's very different. I'm not necessarily... Okay. I'm not mad at that because more stuff is happening when I go back there. It's just pointing me in the direction. I think that's probably fine. Whether or not that's on the map or a character telling me, I think that's fine. Lightning cast down from the heavens split asunder the decayed tree. From the earth grows kudzu, the prophet of eternal prosperity. Okay. Oh. New enemy. Interesting. Kat said that this is kind of like Yuan Cavern from Kunitsugami. Oh, wait, I have to play against it while it's darker. That's interesting. Oh, wait, why am I lower HP? It's because of my sanity, that's why. I still need to play Kunitsugami. I got it, like, when it came out, basically. Or no, I got it a little bit after it came out, but I've been meaning to play it, like, since it came out, basically. Oh, wait, I think when he, like, flashes for a second, I can counter, I think. Okay, build back up stamina, right? Ah, I timed it wrong. Fair enough. Yuan Cavern is a very Chinese name, though. For a game as Japanese as Kunitsugami. I've definitely heard that Kunitsugami's good. I need to play it. I'm still kind of sad that the game never got a physical release, and when it did, it's like the Switch 2 like keycard dog shit. Okay, so not every single slam attack is one that I can not every single slam attack is one that I can counter, I guess. But I also, if I am going to counter it, I have to do it kind of early, I think. Unless I'm misunderstanding it, that is a counter attack. Okay, so that is correct. So that is a counter attack. Okay. Okay, I was not ready to counterattack on that. I don't know if I can counterattack any of those, but that last one I can. Okay, got it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not hard. So that's definitely one of those where countering is pretty important. Okay. So that's all that I need from here for the puzzle, I guess? Oh wait, is it not dead? Is it gonna come back? Is it just like waiting to revive or some shit? That's fucking scary. Let's save again, and then... It's kind of like a Gaki from Kunitsugami. Fair enough. Well, I don't know what that looks like, but... I'm sure that they both borrow from the same Japanese folklore, so that makes sense. Lightning cast down from the heavens split asunder the decayed tree. From the earth grows kudzu, the prophet of eternal prosperity. So, since there's two symbols and one is on top of the other... Oops. Maybe... This is supposed to be lightning of some sort, and the bottom one is supposed to be kudzu. But I don't know if I know enough to know. Do I? Oh, does this have to do with it? Okay, weird. I keep accidentally exiting, whatever. Oh yeah, let's switch back to the lantern. That makes sense. So I think that I can't do anything at now. If we go look at the... It's still alive, that's what I thought. And I'm not gonna be able to safely look at this stuff until I kill it again. That big sucks. Nice. Yeah, it's not that hard to kill. Once you get the pattern down. Okay, I don't know what... Okay, so I see lightning. Oh, I can move the camera. This girl has a crazy lunge. Very true. That's what I'm saying. She's very athletic. Like, I can see him still. Lightning strikes down the tree. Maybe I do have to, like, look at all of these? And the kudzu grows. I think kudzu is some sort of plant? I think? I see the lightning. Lightning dead tree kudzu. There's like these flames and everything. There's only one lightning one so far, so I imagine that the ones pertaining to the puzzle... Really invasive vine, okay. So I imagine the ones pertaining to the puzzle there's only one of? Because there's flowers, but I've seen the flower one multiple times. I'm also assuming this guy only responds if I get far enough away from him, ideally. Oh, there is a second lightning one. Oh, nope, he's back. Okay. Well, I don't know what those have to do for me. I'm assuming that if I come back here, that there's still not going to be anything, but I could be wrong. Is this a way that I can go? Oh, wait, this is a new path. Oh, let's check this out actually first. Oh, there's more of these things. Weird. Oh, and another shrine. Okay. Interesting. Mom, Dad, I don't think I'll make it home. I just wish I could see you one last time, Mayumi. Okay, interesting. So it is that you also have to run around and explore and stuff. So it's not just that the map tells you where to go. I'm not mad at that compromise. Okay, is this kudzu? The top left? I mean, no, that looks like a... It's vine-like, but that looks like the focus is on the flowers, I guess. Oh, I hear the guy again. Alright, chill, homeboy. My bad. Yeah, chill. Chill for me. Just let me be. Thank you. Bloodstained letter. For those who have yet to abandon hope, I've hidden the omamori that protects against evil behind the Emma at. I can attest to its efficacy. However, no power is absolute. You must remain vigilant. This heirloom belonged to my grandmother, and now I pass it on to you. I do not think I have much use for it now. It's an Emma. Is Emma one of these? Emma? Oh. Wait, do I put all of the red capsules down if I take this? Guess we'll put down the one Yokon. Okay. This one guy that keeps coming alive seems like it's gonna be really cool and not annoying at all. It's just a mechanic. I don't know. To whomever happens to read this note, it becomes so easy if you just stop and give up. After all, you are already among the dead. Interesting. Yeah, it seems like it's just kind of part of the puzzle design to me. Oh, kudzu tea, a slightly thick drink made by dissolving kudzu powder and water. In this region, ginger and freshly pressed juice are added to enrich the flavor. Freeze before drinking. Slowly restores health and current max sanity for a set time. Okay, so this is just an item, so maybe it doesn't have much to do with the thing. I wish that I could, instead of just replacing... I wish that I could consume an item, like, in the moment. Okay. So I do have to dodge sometimes. I can't just continuously run. Oh, I'm running out of stamina. Okay, I have to try and fight him, I think. Fair enough. Okay. The dodge, or the counter timing is so forgiving in this. Oh, I ran out of stamina though, that sucks. Big sucks. So that buys me a little bit of time to look for the Omamori, but I think I looked at like everything on the map. I'm assuming that maybe it's here and that I have to find his ball or something, maybe? Or maybe it just is behind that door. Huh. Okay, what do these have to do with the symbols? That's the main thing that I'm kind of confused about right now. It's this way. I've got the T, but I don't know how much I need it. Just stopping above. After all, you're already among the dead. Okay, so we're in the world of the dead. We've got more Kudzu tea that I missed. Let's save over here. Find the correct Emma. Find the correct Emma. So I'm supposed to like look at every single one of these? Are these Emma? I wish I had that context at least. So maybe I need one with... Oh, wait a second. I wasn't looking enough at the mechanics. Oh, I'm getting it now. Okay, so if this is Kudzu... Oops. Okay. Square weird T. Okay. I mean, I mean, I can't be mad at them not making the mechanics like overly obvious, because it's not like didn't even realize you could interact. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the worst thing ever. It's not like that obvious, but I feel like when you interact with it enough, I feel like I'm okay with it just because it gets you like thinking about and interacting with everything a little bit more. Like you really have to like put yourself in the stuff a bit to figure it out. And as a result, you're going to be interacting with that kind of like more central mechanic of having to run away from the guy and everything. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Do I have time? Okay. Maybe I can do this without having to bother with him. One final one, I just need to get to the lightning, which is over there. I think I'm kind of juking him out. Hopefully, I don't want to look back to find out. I don't know what that glitch is, but that's okay. It's not happening often. It's not happening often enough for it to really seem like it matters that much. But lightning. Okay. Combination lock dial. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so the next thing is the Kudzu tea. I guess let's just do this. Is the Kudzu tea worth it to take? I need to see what it does again, because I imagine that I probably after this, I don't know how much more running around I actually need to do. Let's try to look at another one. You didn't pick it up, I think? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to think. I need to go back to it and see what its specific effect is again. See if it seems worth it to replace something that I have, because I might not be able to get that stuff as easily if I'm not here or something. One of it was somewhere over in this direction, I think. He was over there. Both of them that I found were on those like little in-between islands. I think one of them was over here. I just went in a really big circle, I guess, but... Oh, I also missed the Yokon. Don't need the one, I guess. I feel like I'm not really using items as often as they're being given to me. I like how... Oh, there it is. I was going to say, I like how now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it anyway. Currently... Jesus. Currently restores health and current max sanity for a set time. I don't need a HOT heal over time. I'm good. A hot. Okay, so I don't think that I have all of the signs memorized, but I think they're down in my journal, so it should be fine. Ideally, if I come over here, this guy's gonna leave me the fuck alone. Nope. He's gonna intercept me, actually. Or offer some stuff to get it. Yeah, but I think I've got enough of the sacrifice stuff. Ah, I ran out of energy. Oh, because I was healing, so I couldn't see the... That makes sense. Okay, so there's an Omamori, I guess before we leave, there's an Omamori hidden behind one of the Ema. So now that I understand that mechanic, because I was a little bit confused about that before, now I understand, I think that if I just keep checking enough of the Ema, that I should eventually get an Omamori. And that should be helpful now, because there's a ton of them that I can't interact with anymore, because I already found the symbols that I need. So ideally, there should just be one more set of Ema that I can run up to and interact with and get Nomamori if I look around enough. Ideally. And then if I equip that, it should keep the guy dead, hopefully. Not like it really matters now that I can just leave, but... Well, there it is. Greatly decreases the damage taken while dodging. Okay, I thought that said increases for a second. And the rest of these I can't flip now anyway. So that doesn't ward him away. It's just a different Omamori. I thought that the Omamori that I was going to get was going to make the guy, like, permanently fuck off. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, I'll take an extra Omamori, I guess. Wonder who Mayumi is, because that's not one of our friends, I think. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, I probably will have to fight this guy one more time now, which is funny, but... So this section yeah, still entirely finished. So I killed the guy again to finish the puzzle, to run away, to try to find a way to not have to fight the guy again, to then come back and now have to fight the guy again in order to... Inari sushi, what the fuck? In order to actually finish it out. Traditional dish made of sushi rice stuffed inside seasoned deep-fried tofu skins. It has a soft, juicy texture and is said to be Inari-sama's favorite type of offering. Inari is just okay. I've had it. It's all right. Fully restores health, stamina, and current max sanity. Jesus, can also be used as an offering. Well, we definitely have to take that. We'll just take it over the bandage. But that's a dead end. You get the Inari sushi, but at what cost? I didn't know that Inari was made out of tofu. Sounds OP. Yeah, it is. It's like an ampoule for this game. I thought Inari was egg for some reason. Okay, let's check. If I go here, can he hunt me? Yes, it sounds like. Okay, so that one's that. Wait a sec. So I think this one is the lightning one. I can check, but I don't want to. Or maybe this one was the other one. Okay, so maybe I just didn't see lightning, to be perfectly honest. Oh, I just didn't see what lightning was. Okay, fair enough. Well, easy enough. Okay, so now this is my key,
あの人は
which is a really big actual key. I thought it was going to be a ball. A key fashioned from mysterious stone. Judging from what he said, it's probably something precious. So I have to put this in the fox's mouth still, presumably.
淡雪の宝玉より削り出して作った君のための鍵だ。
私のために。
その鍵を稲荷像に。
I wonder what this doll is. It's like writing shit for me, guiding me around. Oh, uh-oh. So he's either becoming or he summoned the evil guys now. Oh, my sanity is depleting so much. Oh, this sucks. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is actual like, research management. See how easy it is for the fog that kills you to sneak up on you. This fog doesn't kill you, it just wastes away your sanity, actually. Very different. Oh yeah, there's a lot of these guys. Oh yeah, this sucks. Oh wow, this is painful. Holy shit. Okay, Jesus Christ. Give me the fuck oot. Give me oot. Fog that gives you delusions, exactly. Makes you hallucinate a hot Donne guy. The door from earlier was for welcoming visitors. However, I don't know why I'm reading that.
私は入っていいの？
もちろんだとも。君を招くために今日がある。まだ少し歩かねばならないが、しばし休もうか。
大丈夫です。
疲れたらすぐに言いなさい。では、行こうか。
He's gonna try to eat us. Maybe. The scariest part of men is when they try to eat you as a woman. Okay. So the door that was blocking off most visitors is just like an illusion? So it actually wasn't that important? The fox watches over the chicken coop. Interesting.
しっかりしろ。返事をしろ。よかった。お前は簡単に死ぬようなやつじゃないよな。
シュウはまだ生きてる。
サクコは無事だよな。
Are his buttons the same as on the robe the fox mask had? I did not pay attention to that at all. The symbol? I was not paying attention to that. You'd have to tell me. I actually don't know. You might be right.
一体どうなってんだ。街
I'm
か
gonna
ら
be pulling
誰
up a
もい
spoiler.
なくなってる。これが
I
悪
looked
い
this
夢な
up.
のか。
どこに行っても化け物しかいない。悪夢以外の何者でもない。
だとしても幸運だったよ。 の世界に残ったのが2人だとして、そのもう一人がお前で嬉しいよ、相棒。
リンコは
俺はあいつに話があるって言われただけで別にその。
リンコは無事なのか？一緒に逃げたんじゃないのか？
終わり。
He's too horned up to think about saving his
あの
friend.
時はみんなバラバラに逃げた。
Okay.
俺もリンコの姿は見てない。
こんな状況でリンコはどこへ？
The music is still very Silent Hill. The music is crazy in this.
行ってみようぜ、相棒。
Yeah, this guy feels like weirdly calm. Maybe he is the villain. He's representing her future as the guy who's gonna turn her into a wife that takes away her freedom.
早く来ないと置いてくぜ。
Interesting. He's representing how men are evil.
よし。
Well, I didn't say that part, but fair enough.
とにかくリンコを見つけなきゃ。
Is Hiri not seeing anyone around? Is that what this says? Or it's just, oh, it's like her reaction walking up to the thing. Okay, I think I came from this side. I still don't know what that disorienting ass thing is, but I feel like it's like not even a glitch that it seems like turning on VSync would fix, so I straight up don't even know. Let's over this way really quick. Oh. Oh, this leads back to the blocked off truck thing. My guess is that it might be happening when it's hiding loading zones. It's hiding loading zones. Probably not. I mean, my guess as to what's happening, it looks like it might be some sort of weird, like there's like an effect on the screen that's just not getting like loaded incorrectly sometimes, because you can see there's like a weird blur effect around like the bottom right kind of everything. That type of thing usually is like there's some sort of effect that they're trying to put on. Oh, I didn't see this before. There's some sort of like effect that they're trying to put on, and it's like messing up the whole screen because it's like applied incorrectly. Like maybe the resolution ends up being too big and it like shrinks the rest of the image or some weird shit like that. Or it just actually just shrinks the image because it thinks that that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know. It could just be some weird glitch like that. Just a weird engine-based thing or something. Slightly restores max sanity. Sanity will not be consumed when using focus for a set time. That's interesting. I don't know that that's good enough to replace anything that I currently have, aside from this, but this is... Red capsules still seem good in terms of just like hiding or healing really quick against while fighting enemies, so I think I'll keep that for now. Yeah, so this is all just stuff that I saw earlier, so... The meme then is just going this way, I guess. And this is where... Oh.
ごめん。もう行かなきゃ。
I will say that for how, like, relatively linear stuff is, like, you can't explore, like, a lot of buildings in the original Silent Hill games, and you can't necessarily explore a lot of buildings in this, but they're including, like, a lot of really small inclusions like that thing, like, being able to see Sakuko again and making a comment about that I think really helped to, like, flesh out the world and make the player feel like they're actively participating in a particular kind of way. It's kind of cool. Yep. focus. Okay. Oh, when your focus gauge is full, use left click to perform a focus attack. Your current max sanity will decrease, but you will unleash a devastating attack that varies with each weapon. Interesting. You can use items such as Ramune and Divine Water to clear mind to restore your current max sanity. Okay. That makes more sense. I was like, I don't really know what the whole point of focus is apart from that, but... I mean, that made it so that I had to do one less hit, which is cool. It seemed like it cost a bunch of durability on this weapon, though. And my guess is that I still can't use the toolkit. Oops. Wait a second. I think I'm stupid. I just had to press the button the whole time that it was assigned to. Oh my god, my brain is small. It was equipped, and then I just had to press the button. Got it. More max focus seems useful for the red flowers and fog to do less damage. Fog to do less damage. That makes sense, I think. More max focus. Are we talking about the stamina? Or sanity? Because I think focus is, just for charging up that attack, right? As at least in the sequence so far, it drains sanity, then deals damage to your health. Sanity? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, max sanity, like, bringing up sanity would definitely be useful for sure. So I kind of feel like this is the proper way to go. But at the same time, the red stuff is the other way, so maybe that way's the proper way. What a creepy scarecrow. True. First aid kit is nice. The amount of people saying that combat in this game is required are silly. There's not that much combat that's required. I feel like the amount of combat that's been required so far has been on par with what I got from the original Silent Hill 2. Higashi, an assortment of small fruit-flavored candies that melt in your mouth, fully restores stamina and prevents stamina consumption for a set period of time. Can also be used as an offering. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I can't like store items. I can't like go somewhere and start storing shit in an item box. It's all just like what's currently on me. So I guess I'll just have to go back and get that at some point. Unless there is like an item thing. I mean, I can offer some items in exchange for faith. I guess let's just go with the Yokon. Because I don't really see when I would use this given the amount of other healing items that I have. I guess that's a way to do it. Offer a lot of stuff. Yeah, that can make sense. That makes sense. The only thing that sucks is that not everything's offerable, but... Oh. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Apparently it doesn't have high durability, but it's still sick as fuck. Maybe this was the way to go? Why did he just appear? Okay.
いつまでも重戦総ごっこをしていたい。私かお前の夢の中ってことはないよな。
だったら互いの頬をつねり合ってみるか。
いや、自分の頬くらい自分でつねれる。
Okay.
残念だが夢じゃないみたいだな。
Interesting. So maybe I'll go back the other direction really quick just to kind of clear that off, because it seems like it was probably a side thing. Yeah, I think I was seeing a lot of complaining in this game about the amount of focus on combat and the focus of combat being this kind of like high intensity, in your face, lots of like constant dodging and everything like that. That's not necessarily my experience so far, is this like super high octane, high intensity, like pay attention to a lot of shit like stuff. It's not like the most involved thing ever. Now it's not like, I guess, overly like one note and simple. You can't just like mash or whatever the fuck. Arare, a small crispy rice cracker. It makes an everborn to eat, slightly restores healthy effect, increases when used continuously. I see. So that is definitely something that would make more sense to sacrifice. But yeah, it's definitely it requires like a certain amount of attentiveness. You can't just like mash or whatever the fuck, but the idea that you have to like get up in everything's face and that it's like this Dark Souls style, I'm gonna dodge roll and then get in and do my attack and then dodge out again and then get my combo in, like that very much is not what this is. Like, yes, there's like a bit of combo based stuff happening here. Real men drink Otori beer, true. But it's not nearly as Devil May Cry, Devil Trigger, whatever the fuck is, as some people are making it out to be. This is still very much like a simple hit dodge kind of system, which to me is perfectly fine. It works, and a lot of people were saying as well that there's not nearly as much of an ability. Increases inventory capacity, huge, by only 1. Oh my fucking god. Okay. But yeah, a lot of people were making it sound like you essentially can never like run away from combat or whatever the fuck. As I'm showing right now, I'm able to run away from like a fuck ton of enemies. I don't have to fight like a ton of these guys, right? If I just keep running, there's a decent chance that I can just make it past like all of them. Now my sanity's slowly depleting, so that's still something that I have to keep track of as a result. And I think that my sanity does go back up, but maybe I do have to consume something to replenish my max sanity. But point being is that there's like a trade-off there, but that trade-off is simply in running away from the enemies, like running past them still. So you can clearly do it. It seems like everything that everybody was saying about you having to be up in the enemies' faces and constantly fighting and how combat-oriented it is was kind of just made the fuck up by a lot of people who hadn't played the game yet. Because nobody had played the game yet when a lot of people were saying this shit. And that's, you know, that is what it is. It was something that people were perceiving very clearly, but it seems like it was an incorrect perception. Again, a lot of that seemed very... A tricarcass, an animal carcass that has been properly packaged as an offering. It gives off a vague odor. Yields a great deal of faith when enshrined. Okay. So I need to, I guess, sacrifice something else and then come back for that. But yeah, the amount of combat in the game, it's not nearly as like crazy as people were making it out to be. It was something that I thought was silly in the first place because the other Silent Hill games are very, very, very focused on combat, the ones that I've played. This game is not actually as focused on combat as Silent Hill 1. I would say it's a lot easier to dodge and evade enemies in this game than it was in Silent Hill 1. Granted, the combat is still more involved in this game, and there's still a trade-off running past the stuff, as I said, with the sanity, but definitely seems like there was a lot of exaggeration all around. So with the amount of divine water that I have, maybe it just makes sense to give up the Rumune, I guess. Or I could also just, instead of just giving it up right now, maybe what I could do is equip the Rumune, which is on 5-6. Okay, we use one, and then let's give up the other ones. Okay. Kind of an old message, but also wouldn't, I think I forgot to read it out loud. Also wouldn't be surprised, or also wouldn't surprise me if the amount of faith at the end of the game gives a different ending. Very possible. Very, very, very possible. Like, the amount of faith that you've had in the game, like, overall. I don't know if this one has different endings or not. I mean, obviously, some of the original ones do, but I don't know that necessarily every single Silent Hill has a different ending, or has different endings to achieve. So it's possible that this one might not, but I don't actually know. I heard there's something related to New Game Plus, but no clue how relevant that is or true. Like, faith is related to New Game Plus, or there's an ending related to New Game Plus? Because both of those are interesting, but... ending is related to, oh, so there's a different ending on New Game. I mean, that could make sense. I mean, there's like New Game Plus specific endings in a lot of the Silent Hill games. So I guess if this game does have alternate endings, then yeah, that would definitely make sense. The original Silent Hill 2 has 3 different endings on New Game Plus, and I think Remake expands that further. So I think I need 500 for the next one. Fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. It seems like Omamori aren't aren't that incredibly common while you're just walking around the world. It seems like you get them sometimes, but not that much. It seems like even like a relatively thorough playthrough of this game, like looking at a lot of extra stuff and whatnot, is probably still only around 10 hours, which is interesting. I mean, it makes sense because the originals were definitely like, the playthroughs were around 10, and you could definitely get like less hours if you knew what you were doing and you were just racing through. But so it wouldn't shock me if this game is like in line with that. It's just that being a newer game, it's kind of surprising that they would be willing to go that direction. I'm not mad at that though. I think short but sweet games definitely have a place as indie games show. Oh, this is such a weird section. You can't like actively walk into the rice paddies, so you're on these weird little walkways where the guys jump out at you. That's cool. You see sections like that as well. That's another interesting thing from the combat perspective. They don't force you to fight. You don't have to stand there and fight the monsters as they come at you, but simply the fact that you're on these really thin catwalks while the guys are jumping onto the shit and kind of hunting you down a little bit, that's still pretty harrowing. That's still a pretty interesting thing, right? Do I actively feel like I have to like run away through the whole thing? No, but the idea that I could make a wrong turn and that it could like come after me and that I might have to engage in combat is interesting, not because the game's forcing me to engage in combat, but because that idea of having to fight the thing is a scary enough thing that I want to avoid it. Letter to home. I no longer recognize my husband. He gets blackout drunk most days now, and when he's drunk, he turns violent. I don't think I can keep on living this way, not with this cruelty day after day after day. Where did the kind man I met when our marriage was being arranged go? That's the problem, it sounds like, is arranged marriage. My eldest child is only 3 years old, and I have another growing inside me. Life is too hard to keep living, but I'm forbidden to die. Mom, Dad, I've always done as you asked, no matter what it was. This will be my first and last selfish act. Please forgive me. What does that sound? Was it just the stuff collapsing? Okay, what the fuck? I'm good. But thank you, though. Yeah, and the fact that it can, like, pop around corners like that and stuff and kind of make you have to engage with it. Like, do I have to, like, super actively fight this thing? Not up till this point. I might now that I have to turn around. But just the fact that I can, run away from it. Like, again, there's so much more to this game than just sitting there and fighting everything. You don't have to do that. You can run away, which is, again, something that's very much in the original Silent Hill games. I think I saw a Steam review. I didn't see it today, which was unfortunate, but I think I saw a Steam review that was mentioning the fact that you can't run away from enemies and just evade them like you could in the originals, and that's just abjectly false. That's clearly something that you can do. Now it sounds like I'm tilting at windmills because there's I didn't actually see anything that actively said that, but I have to come back for that. I don't really have anything that I can sacrifice as of right now. The inventory management so far is the only thing that I would say is a little bit Like, I do wish... I get the incentive to have to, oh my god, my cat just entirely threw me off. He, like, grabbed my mouse. I get the incentive to have to turn things into faith. I think that that's fine, but I do think that there's enough important items. Okay, little bud, we need to move our paws because you are actively putting them in my way now, like on purpose. Yeah, there's like enough like items that you can't necessarily enshrine for faith, or items that you might not necessarily want to do that with because of how useful they are. Oh my god, what the fuck? I did not even know that that was a possibility. Jesus Christ. When grabbed by an enemy, your health and sanity will drop significantly. Be sure to stay aware of your surroundings. I didn't even know they could grab me like that. What the fuck? Holy shit. Okay. Oh, I see. So sanity doesn't naturally go up over time. It's the pills that were doing that for me. That makes sense. Oh, can I do this before it gets to me? Oof. Nice. Oh, where the fuck do I go now? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, I was not expecting that. Okay, I thought there was going to be another path to go. Yeah, I do wish that I could, like, bank some of the more useful items. Or at the least, like, maybe just make it so that you can bank items that you can't enshrine. I think that that makes more sense to me. There's that weird glitchy thing again. Oh, it's happening a lot more now. Can we stop? Give it like one more second. Maybe it's just gonna knock it off. So I guess that I also have to go to one of the shrines in order to save it as like a respawn point, like a bonfire, basically. Oh no. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have to go back and do a bunch of other shit because it's because of the save. Never mind. It has nothing to do with resting at the thing. I just straight up forgot to save afterwards. That's a little bit annoying. Whatever. We can go do it. So this was for the Arare. This was another steel. I didn't get the sickle either, which is over that way. Yeah, it's my bad for not saving. That's stupid. Stupid on my part. Did I go through this? Oh, it's happening a lot more now. Well, I guess I can see this now. Okay, yeah, this is new. Local doctors note, traditionally the residents of this town have long relied on folk medicine for medical care. Even to this day, a number of the more elderly members of the community still turn to herbal remedies over modern medicine. Too many times do I get these older patients come to me only after exhausting the usefulness of their traditional remedies. I just wish they would come to me sooner before it is too late for them. Interesting. I was given the chance to discuss my concerns with one of the Iwais, a family who have stood as the town's physicians for generations, and to my pleasant surprise, they asked if I would give some talks to educate the elderly on modern medicine. I want to respect the local traditions as best as I can, though. After all, folk medicine and modern medicine are just two sides of the same coin. I believe they can and should coexist with each other. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, divine water. I think if anything with this game specifically, as opposed to these monsters representing a specific fear, you could almost see them as like the manifestation of the women that have kind of been like trapped in their marriages, their unhappy marriages, kind of gone crazy. Okay, I'm gonna see if VSync fixes it. Let's just look, or maybe frame rate limit. Let's try that first. Frame rate limit. Let's see if that. Oh, oops, I forgot to confirm. Oh, never mind. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it first. Oh, that's definitely rougher. That feels like 60 FPS, but we'll see. Oh, there's a mask for one of them on the ground. Interesting. Another Higashi. Okay, there was nothing in this corner. So where was the other dried frog thing then that I saw? I guess it was down one of these alleyways still. Oof. I don't know if it matters if I see all of this or anything still, but I'll look at it anyway. So I think that the dried frog thing was over this way still then. Fair enough, fair enough. And the only other thing that I'm missing after this is the sickle. As well as I got another like first aid kit or something, but I think that was just closer to the actual like active section that I was on. Okay, it sucks that the frame rate cap fixed it because I feel the 60 FPS and I don't want to feel the 60 FPS. But I don't really have a choice. I'm gonna have to go back to the shrine anyway to sacrifice stuff. I need that toolkit as well. Let's, I guess, use the one divine water that's eating up space in my inventory. So that'd be 4. We'll enshrine the Ramune. That gives me 2 slots, which is enough for the toolkit and the sacrificial thing, the dried frog. And then I should be able to grab something else as well, I think, that I had before. I don't know what it was, but they take a while to decide to attack you as well, which I think is another reason, again, why the idea of this game being like so combat focused is a little bit weird to me. Because these things do not, like, they really, like, wind up sometimes. Granted, you can't take that for granted because they might fucking grab you, apparently. Which I was not expecting before, but... Okay, so this, I'm assuming, is some way that I gotta go later. Which is also interesting because it's kind of like the game is showing you the alternate paths that you will be able to go on at some point. It's just not necessarily yet. I feel like I really appreciate so far this game's kind of like narrow focus. Like it knows that it only needs to be something specific. It's not trying to be anything like immensely greater than that. It seems to be doing that rather well so far. Okay, so before I forget, so I think I banked the Yokon. I don't like really need it, especially with the bandages that I have. And then dried carcass, obviously. Puts me at 450. That sounds about right. Okay, so let's save this time. That's helpful. Then there's a sickle to grab, and then we'll go back on that main path. I think I already saw this still even before I saved last time, but we'll check it again. The sickle is in a storehouse. Well, let's check if I grabbed things over here. The answer is no, because I didn't get that Higashi. Is there anything in that? No. I wish that if they were going to, or if that the uncapped frame rate was going to be busted, that they'd at least add a 120 preset. That'd feel nice, but whatever. It is what it is. I wonder if there's like a config file that I can mess with and set it to like 120 specifically. Okay. I'm trying to think. I am getting pretty tired and I'm getting off from being sick, so I don't want to like be up too late, but let's skip this cutscene because I already saw this. Guess I didn't look in this corner. I wanna
いますか?
get through this like next little section though, since I was already partway through it. And then I'll log off. Oh, I can like get into his house and see what happened. Interesting. Yep, his wife is one of these things. Oh, but she doesn't have a mask, so she's not powered. So this one's like a doll, but it's powerless. Locked. Interesting. And this is an entire. Ooh. Okay. Oh, and the blood is like leading to his wife's. Interesting. This game feels kind of disturbing, I'm not gonna lie. Like, lost my train of thought. I guess because she doesn't have the mask, she's powerless. I think that's what I was getting at. Oh, I was able to pick up the Yarare. Fair enough. It's one of the less useful things right now. But what the fuck? Small inconspicuous key, wonder what drawer this belongs to. Fair enough. Do these things all have a weird ass fucking shit in them? No, just the main one. Weird. Okay. Weird, 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 weird. Her meal's still out. I can grab the Kutsu tea now. Nice enough. I might just end up enshrining that, but oh well. Okay, so we go to here. Local doctor's note. Even now, the trust given to the long-standing physicians of the Iwai family is unshakably strong. When I spoke to the eldest working member of the family at a gathering, I was astonished by their outstanding bounty of knowledge. Though, as they discussed the details of their practices with me, I got the hint that they might still be using controlled substances in their treatment. Oh, however, I think it's best that I look the other way in this situation. While it is now illegal to produce the cloudy rice wine known as Doburoku, people across Japan were once free to make it as they needed. Perhaps operating within the gray area of legislation between traditional and modern medicine has always been the role of local physicians here. Oh, where did his wife go? Okay.
誰かいるの?
Increases max health, nice. Wonder if I can equip more than one Omamori at once later. Oh, that's him in the corner. It is very cool they have you go down like little side quests like this in order to find different Omamori and whatnot, but... Autopsy report, undetermined cause of death. Undetermined cause of death, case 09. Body was astonishingly malnourished, and the calvarium had split open like it had burst from the inside. I don't know what that is. The cranial bones had been hollowed out and filled with insect eggs, later identified as belonging to various species including locusts, grasshoppers, and crickets. No evidence to suggest they were put there by human hand. Seemed to be planted by insects naturally. Highly unusual behavior considering the current harsh winter temperatures. Yet another corpse to come through with an inexplicable case of death. At least this one was easier to stomach than case 08. All bodies with unexplainable causes of death are kept secret and swiftly handed over to the police department. In turn, the police department immediately disposes of such bodies without so much as a customary glance. So people are being killed and the town's kind of covering it up, and that maybe is one of the reasons why the town is freaking out now. Oh, this thing's back now. I wonder if killing this one does anything, because it seems to be more special. Yeah, I should be dodging. That makes sense. My bad. How much do I have to redo? Probably not that much because I saved relatively recently. Okay. So in these more like linear sections, it doesn't really have you redo much at all. So maybe it is like men murdering their husbands or something? Or maybe there is some sort of like force that's killing stuff. Okay. So there's like a while after attacking before you can reliably dodge. Okay. Yeah, I didn't technically have to kill that one, but nothing special. Fair enough. Okay. Welp. Let's get the fuck back out of there. I'm glad that I guess I died and that I had to come back to do that, because that was very interesting. Very neat little side thing, and again, that's the sort of thing that, at least in Silent Hill 1 and 2, I mean, there was a side quest in Silent Hill 1, one that was required in order to get the, like, real ending, quote-unquote, but Silent Hill 2 didn't really have much in the way of side quests like that from what I remember. There was definitely, like, optional stuff to do, and there was, like, a side questy sort of thing in terms of the alien ending, I guess. And I guess there's, like, a little bit of extra stuff that you have to do for the, Resurrection ending? Is that the name of it? On, New Game Plus, but, oh, we're, like, near the woods. Interesting. Yeah, this town is more explorable than I initially thought. Not quite as linear. Am I just able to go into the woods? This isn't where my friend went, is it? Senensugi Shrine Flyer. Let's hold a Jichinsai. Whether you're building a house or pulling it down, digging a well or filling one up, it's all done upon Inari-sama's land. We should show our gratitude to Inari-sama by holding a Jichinsai. Holding a Jichinsai is especially important for wells, lest we forget the ancient tale of a poisonous water dragon that once wreaked havoc until Inari-sama finally sealed it deep underground. Digging a new well is just like opening up an air hole for that terrible dragon, and if we're not careful, we risk facing its wrath once more. That's why we must have a Jichinsai. Exclusive price for first-time customers. Special deals for requests on unlucky calendar days. Call for a free consultation now. That's funny. I was expecting it to be like a community gathered thing, and nope. Pay me, please. These are definitely the Torii gates that were in the other world, for sure. Interesting. So Sakuko was like a representative of the shrine, I guess? Maybe it was like her family shrine? Is my sanity low? No. Just whatever. I mean, Divine Water is probably more useful than the Arare that I have, but... Key to Sakuko's mailbox. A plain mailbox key. The surname Igarashi is written on the attached tag. Wonder if this is all... wonder if this is all optional. Dear Sakuko, you mustn't ever speak again about how you hear otherworldly voices talking or singing. Puberty is a difficult time. You may hear and see strange things that you can't explain. The same thing happened to me when I was your age. However, it's nothing more than your imagination playing tricks on you. If your friends find out, though, they'll label you the strange girl. They'll abandon you, ostracize you, because around here, once rumors spread, people will never look at you the same again. Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. I wonder then if this stuff is necessary for a true ending. Why is he just here? Where is he going? Is he not real? Does he represent the evilness of men, I guess? The temptation that once you get drawn into the man that you lose your original self or whatever the fuck. I guess it's not temptation, but the sacrifice, I guess. So where are the mailboxes then? I can't think of a mailbox that I've run into yet. But... And I also can't think of us having run into Sakuko's house. But we did run into her at the beginning of the game. And we told her to meet up with us. This is the beginning of the game, so this is my house then. Um, 500 yen. Oh, this is Sakuko's house. Okay. Wait, can I get back here right now? Oh, yeah, because if I come down here... Oh, no, this is a construction zone, not a ladder. Never mind. If I come down this way... Because this is that path that I want. And if I come down this way, can I go up this way? Maybe, maybe not. I can check either way. But I don't know if her mailbox is by her house. That's the only thing. Maybe the mailboxes are collected somewhere else. I do like that Sakuko's house is marked as like a girl with the 500 yen thing next to her head, though. Very fitting. Oh yeah, because that looks like a mailbox, so... Maybe the mailbox is just next to her house, then? So I go this way, yep, until I go left up here. Yeah, what caused that scratch on the wall that I saw earlier? Very, very, very creepy. Okay, so I come down here till I can go up here. And then I can turn right here. Okay, so I can get to her house then, I think. Because it should just be this right here. Or it's one of these. It's a little bit further to the left, I guess. It's this one? There's no mailbox. Maybe it's that right there. Aha! Greatly decreases weapon durability consumption from performing light attacks. Letter from the hospital. Prefectural University Hospital. Department of Psychiatry. Mr./Mrs. Igarashi. Test results. We've compiled the test results for Igarashi Sakuko below. Sakuko. 1. Results. No abnormalities found. 2. Observation. Shows characteristics of mild autism. All other test results were within normal range. Is that why she was calling us a traitor? 3 notes. It is not unusual for pubescent children to claim that they can see and hear things that are not real. As they mature, these issues tend to resolve themselves on their own, so I believe there is no need for concern. Regarding her fear of the dark, her response is proper and natural. Continuing to scold her may only worsen her condition. Please do not trouble yourself over Sakuko. Simply raise her with love and affection and let her mature at her own pace. Aww. I mean, that's locked. Interesting. And I got an achievement for that. Weird. Maybe that does tie into some sort of ending. So there's like a truth behind this town or something. Very, 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 very interesting. And again, hammering it home, but the fact that I was able to run up there and did she say anything new? Nope. The fact that I was able to run up there, access the mailbox, do all that kind of stuff, get to check the door and everything, and not have to fight that enemy at all. Game is not nearly as combat required as a lot of people are making it out to be. Granted, I don't know how many of those people that were saying that are actually even playing this game in the first place, but at the same time, maybe they aren't playing it because they kind of gaslit themselves about faulty conclusions about the game's combat. Okay, so we're gonna save one more time so that if I die in this next patty section, I don't have to redo like a fuck ton of shit. Nice. Okay. So that over there is a dead end, but there is an item. I think there's one of the enshrine things that you get a lot for, but I couldn't carry it. Good on that. That's a dead end right there, but maybe not over that way. That's a dead end. This is the one that grabbed me. I tried to dodge. Maybe it's because I dodged towards it. I got fucked. Yeah, I get it. Thank you, though. Why am I dodging backwards? Hello? That was not what I meant to do. Okay, so there was a letter, I think, over here. But if I'm gonna do this, I have to be prepared to fight the thing, because there's no path forward. I just kind of get stuck in here with it. I'm not stuck in here with you, you're stuck in here with me, Pepe Lost. School paper cutout, the legend of Ebisugaoka's monster, Aya Kakashi. Long ago, there was a sighting of a scarecrow monster known as Aya Kakashi here in Ebisugaoka. Okay, so maybe Aya Kakashi is, because we saw the creepy looking scarecrow earlier that we could like inspect. It appeared one sweltering summer day deep within the crop fields, dancing a most peculiar of dances like a ripple of hot air. People warned not to let one's gaze settle for too long upon its figure or try and get close to Aya Kakashi, for it will chase any who do to the ends of the earth before taking their life. Okay, interesting. Okay, I should be able to just avoid this now. That one seems souped up. Maybe that's why it was able to grab me. Could make sense. So we're back to the path of evil. That seems to go that way. Let's go this way first. Yokon, fair enough. Nothing in there. Oh, that one's super souped up. Can't take that. We're getting near the end of this next section anyway. I am avoiding so much combat. It's ridiculous. Yeah, what the fuck? You sound like you're inside of it. He sounds like he's inside of it. Like that voice was like coming from over there. Am I playing fucking, oh yeah, there was an autosave thing. I guess there is autosaves in this game. Am I playing a game version of, the Summer Hikaru died? The fuck? It's probably more useful than yeah, whatever the fuck. Okay, so I've used all my red capsules. Oh yeah, we'll just replace that with that then. Another steel pipe. Well, we'll take the one that's partially busted then. Take that over the one that's partially busted. Toolkit is very nice. Key. Can I get a save spot? Or a key also works. Oh, might be a boss fight. Very interesting this game has no guns. I mean, it makes sense because it's Japan, but... What the fuck is that? That is a Dark Souls boss. Holy hell. Bro, you're not gonna come out and help me? Oh, such a poorly timed dodge. Where? Where are you opening the... I don't need the Ramune. Oh. Okay, so that can happen. I don't even know if I could have dodged that last one, to be fair. This probably just restarts at the beginning of the fight, huh? Or right before it, that makes sense. Again, makes more sense with the Arare, but we'll take that over the Yokon. New steel pipe over that. I don't remember if there was anything else on this side, just the toolkit. That's locked. We've got the keys. So I was seeing, I think, an interact thing with the winch, but maybe it's not with the winch. Maybe I just turn around really quick to grab the key and then I have to run off to the door, because maybe I can't actually fight this thing. That could make sense. Maybe it's just really, really, really hard to fight. It's also interesting because even though we get grabbed at the beginning, it doesn't seem like I lose any health at the beginning of the fight, but I do think that I have less sanity. Oh yeah, wait, what? Nice. Oof. That's a lot of fucking damage. Almost fucked that up. Okay, with him doing that, can I go to the well really quick? Not if I run out of stamina, I can't. I don't think I have the time for this. I think I'd have to bait out another attack. Or I just barely do. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I see the point here. So I keep running around to bait out his big attack. And then, okay, what do I have? Don't have any Ramune. Divine Tea is on 4, so let's use that really quick. We could bait out his really, really, really big attack. And then I use that time to do this. I might have to take out that other enemy, though, in order to get this done. I think I might just barely be good on that one. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to have to bait her over here to kill her. It'd be nice if she had a parryable attack or a counter attack come out at any point. But it doesn't seem like she's going to be that gracious to me. Ah, I thought I was going to run up to her. Okay, with them over here, I might have a free one. Yeah, I think this one's good. They're too slow, I think. Oh shit, now they're speeding up. Oh my god. Okay, I don't think that I'm safe to just mash, because I think that I actually do need to take like a small amount of time to actually get into there. So I'm going to need to bait them over here, ideally, and then run back and then mash. I might just have been able to mash the whole time anyway and get in, but I'm really not sure about that. Yeah, it takes a second. Jesus. Oh, I think I'm still safe. Okay. Oh, God. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. That was fucking intense.
純子さんに頼まれたんだ。何があってもお前を守れってな。
お姉ちゃんが
What the fuck?
ずいぶん前の話さ。さあ、行こうぜ。
行こう。
I wonder if there's an achievement, like there's a way to actually kill the boss or something. I'm curious. Oh, okay, well, fair enough. We're out of that fucking mess. Now I just need a little save point, ideally. And then I'll come back tomorrow. It's very cool so far. I like this game so far. The vibes are there. The atmosphere is there. I think that that's a lot of kind of what makes Silent Hill Silent Hill. I think gameplay has relatively little to do with it. Especially in terms of making the game kind of feel like the original. Like, I don't know that it's like overly necessary. I think that a lot of it is just that kind of like very off-putting, the place is not welcoming, something really bad is happening here, you just can't tell what it is yet. And having like a psychological element, like the character is kind of devolving in some way, you're exploring their mind more, the way that their mind works, all of that sort of stuff. Lots of very interesting stuff going on so far here. My guess is to the story, I mean, it's, you know, it seems like women just generally are being abused in this village. Oh, looks like there was a path that I didn't go down over here. It seems like women are just generally being abused in this village. It seems like our main character is kind of a part of that, especially by her family. And there's some sort of ghost or demon or something that's basically haunting or possessing the place kind of in response to that. It seems about as simple as so far, but granted, I also don't know that deeply much about the story yet, so I could be wrong to some extent. Yeah. I mean, that's about it. I mean, I can look at my other Omamori really quick, because I haven't really tried to equip any other ones. I mean, that's cool. I think I like this one. I'm gonna equip this for now. Yeah, okay. Let's save one more time. And then yeah, I mean that's about all that I have to say about the game for now, I think. There's not too insanely much that's deep for me to say about the game. I guess to reiterate one thing from earlier is just the idea that like the original game, a lot of the fear comes from the difficulty, or at least the rudimentariness of the gameplay, right? The kind of tank controls of having to walk and then turn and then walk and big turn and having to then aim and then shoot and all these different like kinds of mechanics and stuff. Turning on and off the flashlight and all this sort of stuff. All of that sort of stuff inherently allows for more horror because there's more actions and more thought that has to go into every single individual thing that you're doing. This game doesn't have that because the actual individual mechanics are a lot more responsive. You can move around a lot more easily. You can move the camera, which is very different, that sort of stuff. And so just being next to an enemy isn't necessarily as intense. There has to be other things that are added to make it more intense, and some of that comes in the form of enemies grabbing you. Some of that comes in the form of enemies being able to attack you more easily. Some of that comes in the form of enemies doing more damage, all of that kind of stuff. And some of that comes in the form of just having more like linear sections that you can run through. And I feel like the game has done an incredible job with all of that stuff so far. I think that it's very good. I think that it feels right about as tense as I would expect the Silent Hill game to feel. I feel like I don't feel quite as tense during this as I do Silent Hill 2, but that's because I think Silent Hill 2 is like a special thing, right? It has a very different kind of atmosphere that I think is very hard to replicate in general anyway, but it's definitely on par with Silent Hill 1 to me for sure. Silent Hill 1 maybe seems like it has a little bit more history to the town than this does with its village, but the trade-off is kind of that the overall makeup of the village and everything seems a lot creepier as well. And there's a lot of like interesting stuff, like the fact that we get transported off to the spirit world. You know, what the fuck is that about? Or the fact that there's those interesting little like catwalk or having things like the catwalks and the rice paddy stuff being really tense in terms of like a bunch of enemies coming after you and stuff like that, as well as just also still being able to explore around. Like it's not as though the game is blocked off into very like linear paths. There's still stuff to explore and stuff to do. It's just not that much, but it's still fair enough because there isn't really that much to explore or find in the other Silent Hill games as well, at least the first two, the only ones that I've I've played aside from this. So I think that everything this game has done so far is really cool. I think that there's a lot more like side questy stuff, like the stuff with the doctor, which is really interesting. You find his notes around, and then you can kind of close out his stuff, I guess. Maybe there will be more notes from him, but you can kind of close it out to an extent by going to his house and looking through that stuff. There's the thing that we just did with Sakuko, I think. Her you go up to the shrine that her family runs, I guess. You find a key there. You can go back to her mailbox. You get an omamori, an equipment thing that helps buff you a little bit. And then you find a letter relating to the fact that it seems like she has autism and is kind of being abused by her family as a result. And yeah, lots of very interesting stuff set up with the world, lots more like characterization, especially with more of a supporting cast than at least the original two Silent Hills. So I like it so far. Very unique, very interesting. I'm looking forward to playing it again tomorrow. And I'll see you then. Goodbye.